This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is a lock that I just got in the mail. It is a Mul-T-Lock model TSR-25. This is obviously a used lock, and it came to me without any key, so I got a very good price on it. However, I happen to have a spare core for these locks, so once we pick this guy open, we can throw the new core in it, and we can put this lock back into service. But first, of course, we are going to have to get it open. I should say that I have not picked a Mul-T-Lock in a really long time, probably a couple months now. So this should be interesting to see how I fare. It's a relatively unusual Mul-T-Lock keyway. I think it is the 36 classic keyway. It's not an interactive, which I usually see in these locks. Let's see, it's a little bit tighter, so it's harder to fit the tension tool in there. But let's go in and find our binder. There's only 4 pin stacks in locks like this, so 8 pins total, 4 outside and 4 inside pins. Okay, one's loose, so is 2, 3. Okay, 4 is definitely our binder. I'm just looking at outer pins right now. Got a nice click out of 4. Let's pull on out and start at the beginning again. 1 is binding. Got a click there. 2. Yep, 2's binding as well. There we go. Got a click on the outer pin there. Nothing on 3 or 4. Okay, another click out of 1. Maybe I didn't get him fully set. Nothing on 2. Okay, nice click out of the outer pin on 3. Little bit of movement on the core. Let's go back to the beginning and start looking for inner pins. Okay, 1 is definitely binding. Got an inner pin there. Nothing on 2. 3, nothing there. Okay, 4, I think that's inner pin is binding. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's possible we overset something, so I'm going to let a little bit of tension off. And something dropped down and we got a much deeper false set. So I think something was definitely overset. 1, click out of the outer pin on 2, click on 3, 4, and we have opened this lock up. Okay, let's take it apart, see what's inside, and then we will replace the core. Okay. This has a Phillips screw down there. So let's take that guy out. Okay, there we go. Got the core out. Now we have to be very careful not to relock this as I take it apart. So let me get a pair of tweezers. I'll use the back of it to hold this core in place as I remove the clip. Okay, got the clip off. Now why don't we get a shim? That's usually the best way to go when you're gutting an unfamiliar Mul-T-Lock, because they do have those small inner pins, and if there are any holes that you are not familiar with in the core, those little inner pins can drop in and you will have a mess on your hands. I think, there we go. I think we've got that in place now. Let's get the follower. Okay, first let's drop these key pins out. Nothing special on 1 or 2, all standard pins. 3 has a spooled key pin, and 5 is all standard. Okay, let's take a look at the driver pins now. Usually we have these short driver pins, and I don't think I've ever seen a security driver pin in one of these TSR cores. There just isn't enough room for the full-size driver pins. And it looks like that's what we've gotten here now. Yep, all standard pins. Okay, let me arrange all of this. Okay, and before I give you a close-up of this, why don't we reassemble this lock with the new core in it? What I have here is an interactive core with the 206 keyway, and if you look at this, you'll see that it is still service keyed. If you're not familiar with service keying, it's something really interesting that Mul-T-Lock does. You'll see that essentially we have a slope in the bitting, so you get a good spread of different inner and outer key pins when a lock is keyed to this service key. Locks from Mul-T-Lock come from the factory pinned like this. They're designed to be rekeyed by a locksmith. So by putting this variety of key pins in here, Mul-T-Lock is essentially refreshing the locksmith's pinning kits with a good variety of pins, which is actually a really nice thing to do, I think. Okay, let's get this back in here. Hopefully it fits. Looks good so far. Before we put the screw in, let's lock this up and make sure it works. Perfect. Okay, let's throw the screw in and we will have a fully functioning lock. Okay, we are good to go. This lock is ready for service. I suppose once it's rekeyed, we obviously can't use it while it has the service pinning in there. Okay, let's give you a close-up of these pins. On the key pins, you can see we have all standard inner key pins and 3 standard outer key pins. Then we have the spooled key pin in slot 3. As for the driver pins, we have the special driver pins that are only used in the TS line of locks. They're on the short side and they generally do not have any spooling or serrations. So this is one of the easier Mul-T-Locks to pick open. Moving over to this core, you can see it's a pretty normal looking Mul-T-Lock core. We only have 4 chambers, and there you can see that keyway, which I believe is the 36 classic keyway, though if someone knows differently, I'm sure they will chime in the comments and let me know. So that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments, please put them below. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.